What up, though, y'all? What's good? Welcome to the What Up, Though Show. It's your boy, Dame D, and I am back with another one. What's good? What's good? I want to welcome everybody to the show. We're just sitting here, we're just relaxing. Wasn't going come on this wasn't gonna do anything tonight, but just relax and chill. But I did not know that you had this little Aiden Ross fight set up. And it's a pretty decent fight card. And then the main event tonight is your boy Ray J. He's gonna be fighting against Super Hot Fire, which I don't know who that is. So I'm interested to see, what's going on. Last I remember, Ray J had some shit going on where he was bleeding out of his eyes, which we all knew that was just a publicity stunt. So I'm gonna wait for a few people to check in before I, start to show up. Let me make sure I can be heard too first. Okay, I think I can be heard clear. I just want to make sure everything is everything. Okay, I think I can be heard clearly. Okay, there we go. So I definitely can be heard. So I'm gonna come up out of there. Yeah, so what's good, y'all? What's good, everybody? Like I said, I'm just sitting here. I was not even gonna come in, but saw this actually came through my feed. Ray J getting ready to fight against Super Hot Fire. I don't know who that is, so maybe you guys can. And I'm gonna probably look that up in a second. So I just want to, and I actually want to show this. I don't know. It's actually on YouTube, so I don't want to get a copyright infringement, but I should be able to show this. So I have my camera, everything set up. So I'm gonna show seconds, blip. I mean, a little bit of it at a time, just to make sure it doesn't get copyrighted, because I'm live on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. So I don't know if that may be against some of the regulations. So, but yeah, it shouldn't be. It's on YouTube. So let me make sure my video and everything is clear too. Give me a second, guys. I just want to make sure my video and everything is clear. And look up. Give me a second, guys. I just want to make sure my video and everything is clear. And look up. Okay, it looks pretty good. So what's good, y'all? Like I said, just coming in for a second. Uh, I didn't know Ray J was getting ready to fight. I know Aiden Ross hosts a lot of things. Have a lot of fights and stuff set up, which is a good thing, for like little Hollywood beefs and things like that. So pretty much that's what's getting ready to go on. Ray J getting ready to fight. So I just wanted to come in and tune in with you guys. So how's everybody Saturday night going? What's up? The comment section is open tonight, so I welcome you guys to your comment. Give me your thoughts. Give me your opinion on tonight. Like I said, I'm going to show pieces, blips, and pieces of the fight, so I have everything set up. But I don't want to get copyright infringement yet, so I'm just going to show a little bit. I have it set up so when Ray J come in, I will switch back and forth from the fight. But yeah, I got to look up and see. And it was pretty. It's been some pretty good prelim fights on here. These actually been some real fights. So it's going to be a pretty. I'm pretty. And I want to watch it. It's going to be a pretty intense fight. It should be. Like I said, I don't know who Super Hot Fire is. You guys will have to type it in the chat. Let me know. What up, Facebook? What up, YouTube? Like I said, I just got up not too long ago, so still just getting up from my nap not too long ago. Yeah, like I said, I wasn't even going to go live tonight. I was just sitting here chilling. And shout out and fair use. Shout out to because I'm watching SBG TV. Shout out to SBG TV. Go over to his channel, hit that like, share, and subscribe. That's where I actually saw this coming through my feed, and this is where I'm watching it at through his channel. So shout out to him and fair use, fair use. What's good out to everybody? Hopefully everybody's having a good Saturday night, having a great Memorial Day weekend. Like I said, I'm just sitting here, relaxing, watching, just flicking through the channels, and I saw that Ray J was getting ready to fight tonight, and I didn't see that, so I don't know if you guys know. So, like I said, I'm going to show it. Hopefully, it shouldn't, because it's on YouTube, so it shouldn't be. I shouldn't get a strike against. Shouldn't be. I hope not. So fair use. Oh, that's a bad cut. So yeah, it's been some pretty good fights, man. So like I said, I'm gonna do full live commentary on the fight and just so show bits and pieces of the fight because I don't want to get a copyright strike on me. So, but I have it set up to be able to show a little bit of the fight. So I will once Ray J come in, I will show some of the fight. But it's on YouTube, so you guys can go check it out. But I'm just gonna give my commentary on the fight. Like I said, I did not know Ray J was getting ready to fight tonight. So just gonna bring you guys some live entertainment tonight. The comment section is open, so hold on, what do I gotta let me take that down. Okay, there we go. So yes, the comment section is open. I need you guys to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Ray J, I believe, is getting ready to come out in a second. He's getting ready to fight Super Hot Fire. And what made me really come on and go live is last time I just did a video recently, some months ago, about Ray J. He was bleeding from the eyes, which we knew that was publicity stuff. Ray J's always up to something. Just trying to do things just to keep himself in the limelight. So he's getting ready to fight tonight. I don't think if he was bleeding by the eyes and had some type of heart situation going on, he wouldn't be in there fighting tonight. So we're gonna see. It's gonna be an interesting fight, in my opinion. I don't know who Super Hot Fire is. If you guys know, let me know. He's probably some type of entertainer or something like that. I'm gonna look it up in a second. Yeah, but like I said, I don't. I'm gonna once Ray J come in, I probably will start showing the fight, but I don't want to get copyright infringement on YouTube or Facebook. I don't know. So, but shout out to everybody on Instagram. Shout out to everybody that's watching on Facebook and everybody on YouTube. In fair use, like I said, I'm actually watching this on YouTube on and shout out to him. Let me see, what's his channel again? RGB TV. So go check him out. Go over to his channel, give him a like, share, and a what up, though. So what's good, everybody? Hopefully everybody's having a great Saturday, Memorial holiday weekend. Most people got 3 days off. So I'm just relaxing and chilling, enjoying my night. Did not know Ray J was getting ready to fight. So yeah, so it's getting ready to go down. So like I said, I'm gonna show a little bit bits and pieces. This is what's going on. So yeah, it's I like this Aiden Ross TV. It's good for TV. They're able to talk freely, and say whatever, pretty much whatever they want to say. Like they can't say on main media TV. So but like I said, I'm just gonna go back and forth, and I'll show the fight as it come up. Because I don't know if I can show this. I don't want to get copyright infringement, so I'll show bits and pieces of it. Yep. So what's going on, everybody, man? Hit that subscribe button as you come in. Let me know how your night is going. What you're putting on the grill tomorrow, or have you already started your barbecue? I'm gonna start mine up tomorrow. I'm pulling my grill out tomorrow. I'm gonna start it up. Hopefully the weather, hopefully it won't rain, and it'll be some fair weather. Yeah, but boy, I tell you what, Aiden Ross, boy, he is getting money with his streaming. How he's streaming, these fights and things like that. And this is how beef should be handled. I just did a show the other day. I just went live the other day and was talking about an incident that happened in Detroit where a young man and his sister got murdered, over some social media beef, and this is how it should be handled. If you got a beef with a man and you just can't talk it out, set up some type of exhibition match, some local gyms and things like that, do it out like that. That's how real men handle business. And I like what Aiden Ross is doing. I don't know if Ray J and this guy had some type of beef, but they're getting ready to settle in the middle of the ring. That's how beef should go. Men settle it, men can talk it out, and then men can also settle things in the ring. And this is a good way, to squash the beef. Once the fight is over, there's no more talking. And that, like I said, and that was a situation that just happened in Detroit. And I forget the young man's name, but it was a young man and his sister. Lives were taken, over some social media beef. Where and there's plenty, and I got a cousin. I want to give a shout out to Crispy Sale Cuts, my cuz. It's getting ready to be some Spar Wars actually next Saturday. So go check them out. Yeah, flyers and things up everywhere. So on Instagrams, Crispy Sale Cuts. Spar Wars, if you got some beef with somebody, he's able to set up, put you guys in the ring, and y'all able to box it out. It shouldn't be no gunplay or nothing like that, man. We got to get away from, wanting to take each other's lives, man. It's events and things set up where we can take our anger out in the ring. And this is a good event in my eyes. Okay, I don't know. Okay, it's another fight maybe getting ready to come out before Super Fire. I look like I'm gonna have to zoom in on that. Yeah, this is how beef should be handled. It's too many social media. It's just too many people that's hosting events like that where people can get together. If you got a beef, and you're in the Detroit, Toledo, Ohio area, get with Crispy Sale Lee, Crispy Sale Cuts. He can put you and the person that you beefing with, put y'all in the ring, man. We got to stop handling our beefs, with gunplay. If you got beef with somebody, let's handle it in the ring like men do, or just squash the beef. We don't have to, a beef doesn't have to end with someone losing their life. Get in the ring, do this, and this is what I'm talking about. Ray J is getting ready to fight Super Hot Fire. If you got a beef, put it in the ring with somebody. It doesn't have to end with someone losing their life. And I think this is a good thing that Aiden Ross is doing, setting up these streaming events. Therefore, and these are some real fights too. Set up with Ray J ending his beef with Super Hot Fire. So, but yeah, these are some pretty good entertaining fights. I will say that, for a Saturday night. And it's a good thing and it's an excellent thing that Aiden Ross has done. And you got plenty of people in the Detroit area that's doing the same thing. With one thing that like I said, with my cousin Marcel Crispy Sale Crispy Sale Cuts, he's putting on events, Spar Wars. It's another event that's going to be coming up September. Wow, September. But next week on the 30th, next Saturday on the 30th, had a great turnout last month on his birthday event. So definitely get in contact with him if you guys want to get tickets. It's already a sold out event. It may be some standing room left at that event. Yep, and I think it's going to be on Woodward. Great security, great parking, and everything. So if you want to handle your beef, handle it in the ring. Don't handle it with no one losing their life. There's no need for gunplay and all that. We have to come together as one. As one, we already, behind the gun. But at the end of the day, like I said, I like what Aiden Ross is doing. He's setting up events, for the Hollywood people that may have beef, versus, anyone losing their lives, they're getting in the ring, settling their beefs. And it's a good thing. I wasn't even gonna go live tonight. I was just sitting there chilling, and this came through my stream. And shout out again to SBG TV. This came through my feed, and and I'm showing this. So it's been some great fights. Like I said, I'll show once Ray J come out. I'll show some of the actual fight. So it's been a lot of prelims leading up to the fight. They said he was going to come out around 12:30, but it's 1:10 here over on the, I guess, the East Coast, I should say. Yep. So what up, though, y'all? What up, though? OG Kicks. What up, though, OG Kicks? Not much. Make sure you hit that. Please make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Your boys closing down, bearing down on 1,000 subscribers. This has been a goal of mine since I set out this mission a few years ago. So please hit that subscribe button and help your boy out a lot. Yeah, but just sitting here waiting on that Ray J Super Hot Fire fight tonight. I did not know Ray J was getting in the ring to fight, so it's going to be pretty interesting. Like I said, the last time I talked about Ray J, he was supposedly bleeding from the eye. So I kind of already knew that was some type of publicity stunt, to keep him in the limelight, I should say. But hey, it is what it is. Do whatever you got to do to keep yourself in the limelight, to keep your name high. But like I said, you guys tell me, what do you think about this fight between Ray J and Super Hot Fire? I'm not pretty sure who Super Hot Fire is. I have not done my research on him. Like I said, this just came through my feed, so I just came in, rushed in, and set up and went live on it. Like I said, I'm going to show clips and pieces of the fight as we go. Hopefully it should be cool, meaning that it's on YouTube. And we are broadcasting live on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. What up, though, to everybody? Hopefully everybody's enjoying their Memorial Day weekend. Hopefully everybody's being safe out there. Wasn't going to even go live tonight, but I thought this would be pretty interesting to talk about tonight. Ray J getting in there fighting. I wonder who his trainer is going to be. Like I said, I have not looked up to see who Super Hot Fire is, but I'm quite sure he's some type of celebrity out there, maybe in California or Hollywood. But these been some pretty good prelim fights, some interesting real fights. 6-round fights. OG Kicks, give me your thoughts on this fight, man. Did you know Ray J was fighting tonight? Yeah, let me go over here to Facebook real quick. Let's hear everybody talking about over there. The comment section is definitely open. OG Kicks, give me your thoughts on tonight's fight between Ray J and Super Hot Fire. Did you guys know about this fight? I did not know. Okay. Like I said, we just wait. What up, though, my brother? Fanboy podcast. What's good? What's good? Appreciate y'all. Just sitting here waiting on. Did not know was not expecting to go live tonight. This came through my feed. So I was like, you know what? This would be interesting to talk about. Ray J getting ready to fight Super Hot Fire. Maybe you can tell me who Super Hot Fire is, Fanboy podcast. Do me a favor. Look that up and see who that brother is. Who is Ray? Like I said, I did not have time to look up to see who Super Hot Fire was, to see who Ray J was fighting. Like I was just telling everybody, last time I talked about Ray J, he supposedly was bleeding from the eyes. So if you know who Super Hot Fire is, give me your opinion, give me your thoughts on that. Wow, and these are some pretty good prelim fights, man. These are some real fights. These are some real fights. So like I said, I'm just gonna freestyle rapper. Okay, that's what I thought. And I said he's probably some type of entertainer. And like I said, I love what Aiden Ross is doing. Super Fanboat podcast. I don't know if you are I don't know what area you're from, but I just talked about a situation that happened in Detroit where you had a young man that went live on social media with some beef, and was talking mad shit to a motherfucker, talking about his dead mom, his dead baby, blah blah blah, and it led to this man and his sister losing his life. And I'm like, it's just too many platforms. Which I have a cousin who has a platform pretty much set up like what Aiden Ross is doing. I'm like, why can't we handle our beefs like that without it being gunplay, or and just men either talk it out or we can handle it in the ring. We don't have to end it with someone losing their lives. I would love to see people put on shows where if you got beef with somebody, let's do it like that. Okay, from East Oakland, I live in Abilene, Texas. Okay, that's what up. What up, though, man? All right. So yeah, and I'm quite sure y'all have like things set up like boxing exhibitions. Where if people got beef, handle it that way. Versus gunplay. And it was just a sad story. The little baby, the brother and the sister got murdered, and there was a baby in the back of the car. And God, God willing protected that baby. I mean, not God willing, but God literally protect that baby from getting hurt. It was a baby in the back of the car when they shot the car up, killed the mother and the brother over some stupid social media beef where they could have handled it. In a situation like this. So like I said, I'm gonna be showing a little bit of the fight, as the fight come on. But look, it's on YouTube. Anybody can go and watch the fight. I'm just gonna give my live commentary on it. So it's one of the Aiden Ross things that he has set up, and I think it's excellent. For people to go on there, Hollywood people to handle their beefs, and that's how beef should be handled. Yeah, but yeah, thanks, fanboy man, for giving me that, letting me know who Super Hot Fire was. Yeah, so like I said, I don't want to get copyright infringement, which I shouldn't because it's on YouTube. So, at some point when they come out, I will show the fight. But it's some real good fights, man. If you guys are boxing fans, go to the channel. And shout out again to SBG TV. That came through my feed and I'm watching it from that. So let me go back over to YouTube. So we got people on Facebook, we got people on Instagram, and we got people on YouTube watching. I appreciate everybody. I appreciate your fanboy podcast 3638. Man, if you want to come up, put your email in the link, man. I'll bring you up here with me and you can do the show with me, man. If you're watching the fight. Two heads is always better than one. And I always like to interact with with my peoples. So if you want to come in, fanboy, send me your email. Put your email in the comments if you don't mind. I'll bring you up here on the stage with me. And I definitely need for you guys to hit that subscribe button. Like I said, again, I'm bearing down on 1,000 subscribers. We getting there. We almost there. And I can't do it without you guys. And I got something for my 1,000 subscriber too. I don't know what it is, but I definitely got something for y'all. For my 1,000 subscriber. You're not watching the fight? Okay. That's cool. Well, I'm a commentary and I'll give y'all the fight. So if you're watching me, I'll put it up there and you'll be able to see. Who's the bigger out of the two out of Ray J and Super Hot Fire? Because like I said, I don't know who Super Hot Fire is. Who's bigger? I'm quite sure he's not probably not. I'm quite sure Ray J didn't get in there with, with an overmatched, oversized guy, So he's probably around Ray J size or smaller, maybe. Yep. So, like I said, everybody, we're just sitting here waiting on this this Ray J Super Hot Fire. Last I knew, Ray J was bleeding from the eyes, had a heart condition, which we knew that was all some bullshit. We knew it was just publicity, and Ray J just trying to stay in the limelight. He's always trying to, do something to reinvent himself and to keep himself relevant. Okay. I'm showing that. But yeah, so what up to everybody? Make sure you guys hitting that subscribe button, man. We're just waiting on this Ray J super hot fire fight to start up. We're gonna show it. We've been showing glimpses and pieces of it. This is what this is what it's looking like. You know, we're watching the prelims right now. Some good prelims, man. Some real good fights. Okay. Yeah, man. You know, so it's some pretty interesting fights. Hopefully, everybody's having a great night, enjoying your Memorial Day weekend. What's going on, man? Click here 1405. We're gonna have a conversation about that coming soon. I would love you to join the conversation on the whole Jesus situation. I'm not gonna talk about it now, but going to have a great, well, not even a debate, a conversation about the whole Jesus situation. Because a lot of people don't know where the whole story originated from. And once you find out where the story originated from, then, you'll put one and, you'll put things together. Okay, Fanboy Podcast 3638 said Ray J and Super Hot Fire had a battle a few days ago. Super Hot Fire took off on Ray J. Okay, and that's what it's about, man. Handle your beefs like this. Handle them in the ring. There's no need for, and I was just talking about this. I just did a show the other day where you had a young man out of Detroit. I forget his name. I have to go back and look, but he had a beef with some young man out of Detroit. He went on social media talking mad shit, talking things about the man mom, the man dead child. And they pulled up on him 2 days later, took his life and his sister's life, and there was a baby in the back of the car. Thank God the baby didn't lose their life. So I was saying, it's too many people in Detroit, which I have a cousin, Crispy Sale Lee. He has events where, he set up events. So if you want to fight, man, handle it that way. Only cowards, do things like what happened with that. You had a guy ran up on him, but a lot of people said he got what he deserved. But no one deserves to die, over talk. And it was just all talk, man, over social media. But the young man lost his life, which, this kind of brought me to that. I'm like, you know what? I wish they could have handled that beef in a situation like this. What up, though, Alabama? I ain't got my glasses on. I'm gonna try to say it right at in Santic. Man, I gotta put my glasses on. My name, something like that. Blessed is my name. Okay, I got you. My bad. Santis, blessed is my name. Alabama checking in. What up, though, man? Please make sure y'all hitting that subscribe button as you guys are checking in. We sitting here waiting on this Ray J Super Hot Fire fight to start up. Your boy is bearing down, closing down on 1,000 subscribers. I cannot do it without you guys hitting that button. It's free. It don't cost you guys a thing. What's good, Alabama? How's the weather down there? So like I said, we just waiting on this Ray J fight. It's some great prelims. If you guys are fight fans, this is a pretty good fight card that's been put up by Aiden Ross. And we waiting on the Ray J fight. Yep. So that's what's going on, man. You said rain. Yeah, it's been raining here. It rained here today. Hopefully it don't rain tomorrow, man. I got to pull the grill out and put the meat on it tomorrow. So hopefully it's a cool day. Hopefully the rain will let up. They controlling this weather. We're gonna talk about that too. Fanboy at Fanboy Podcast 3638 said, put the gun down and fight like a man. Shake hands, win or lose. They both can see another day. Facts. That's facts, man. Look, let me hit the button. There you go. I wish all our people thought like that, man. We do not have to end the day with someone losing their lives. And like I said, I don't know if you guys know about that story, but go back to my page. I did a live about that. Or you can actually look it up. It's all over YouTube. But a young man, he was 33 years old, and that's crazy, man. This guy was 33 years old, went live on, and I don't want to say what platform it was, but went live, because I want to do a show about that. And I asked a question. I said, should these platforms be held responsible when situations, because they broadcast the whole thing? I think they had a hand in it, allowing this man to be able to go on their platform And it's freedom of speech. I get that, but this led to someone losing their life. So at the end of the day, should platforms be held responsible where they allow people to go broadcast live, using, especially derogatory words, meaning that I'm gonna do this, do that, and I don't want to say the words, but like I said, and I'll just say blessed is my name because I can't see the first words. And Sadabo, blessed is my name, said people are not going to do that because they are afraid of embarrassment of losing the fight. And that just makes you even more a punk. If you not scared to get in there and throw them hands, you use a bitch. And excuse my French. Excuse my English, I should say. So and I agree with what you're saying. You're right. Most people probably won't get in there, and I'm only bitch made motherfuckers who can't throw those hands. Situations like that, a man, normally a man would want to get in that ring and whoop your ass with them hands. What better, more way to take your anger out on a motherfucker that you don't like than putting them hands on him? Man, come and play with Big Al said, do you prefer? Oh my God, man. I don't know why people come in here and make crazy comments like that, man. So stop it. Make sure y'all hitting that subscribe button. But look, man, we waiting on this Ray J super hot fire fight. So like I said, I'm going to show glimpses and pieces of the prelims until the fight starts, and then I'll start showing some of the fight. But man, how is everybody Saturday Memorial Weekend going on? Hopefully everybody's having a great night. Hopefully everybody's enjoying the weekend. I got a 3-day weekend, man, so I'm just going to relax and chill. Like I said, I'm going to grill tomorrow. Hopefully the weather will allow me to, do what I need to do. Fanboy Podcast 3638 said, if any violence happens your platform, you should be responsible for it. Hold on, let me go back. Sorry about that, fanboy. Here, I'll put it up there. Should be responsible for it. They want to stop them from doing it. Would never happen. No, I agree 100%. They'll allow the traffic to come through for the views and all that shit to go up. But when someone's life is taken from that, they'll stand behind the freedom of speech. So pretty much that's all it is. And we're going to talk about that. That's a good question that I brought up and asked. Should these platforms be responsible for allowing for people to go live and then and far as with violence and beef, and then when it ends into someone losing their life, should they be held responsible? So and this what brings me to this Aiden Ross setup. And then, like I said, you got a lot of people like Crispy Sale Cuts, man, that put on events throughout the city of Detroit, boxing events. So if you got beef, man, handle it in the ring. You don't have to handle it with someone losing their life. Like I said, this young man and his sister lost their lives over some stupid shit that could have been avoided. Yep, and I agree 100. I'm gonna put that comment up, man. That was an excellent comment. Hopefully that should go up. I don't know why it didn't go up. Okay, hopefully it go up. There we go. Yeah, that was a good comment. So I'm gonna put that up, fanboy. I need something to drink. So what's up, everybody, man? Y'all, I'm asking everybody to please make sure y'all hitting that subscribe button and y'all liking and y'all sharing. I'm closing down on 1,000 subscribers, and I can't do it without you guys hitting that subscribe button. But we're sitting here waiting on this Ray J hot fire fight. It's 1:30 over here on the East Coast, so it's still probably we're like 3 hours behind. I believe 3 or 4 hours behind the West Coast. So it's probably still like what? It's 1:30 there, 12:30, 11:30, 10:30. So probably like 9:30, 10:30 there. Okay, so yeah, so they're trying to, probably start up around 2:00. Yeah, but yes, so like I said, man, should these platforms be held responsible when they allow people to go live on these platforms and they end with violence? I know it's freedom of speech, but they will allow for the views and all that stuff to go up, and they make money off of it. But like I said, at the end of the day, a young man and a sister lost their life. And I'm not going to say the platform had anything to do with it, but the platform pretty much it was the fuel to the fire, added the fuel to the fire. And I don't know if everyone one is familiar with what I'm talking about. It was an incident that happened in Detroit this past. It started Monday, where you had a young man that went viral and was basically talking mad shit to a guy that he had beef with. Riding around looking like all live on. And I don't want to say what social media platform it was, but he was riding around live. Looking for this guy, pulling up to the spots where he thought he was. And 2 days later, the guy who was riding around looking for this guy, him and his sister end up dead 2 days later. So, and I was just talking about this event, there needs to be more events versus handling things in violence, handle it in the ring, or just squash the beef, be a man and squash the beef. That's it. Because who wants to be looking over their shoulder, every time that you out in public, and you may be out with your family. Beef ain't gonna stop for your family. Because look, this young lady had her baby in the back of the car. It was a I believe and I don't don't get me wrong on what age the baby, but it was a baby that was in the back of the car that could have lost their lives. So like I said, when them boys come pulling them triggers, they not waiting to see, they're not stopping to see if you got kids in the car. But this young lady and the young man who was riding around in the car, who went live looking for these guys, they lost their lives. So look, it should be more events set up throughout each city, each state, where you can go in and throw them hands. It takes a real man to throw them hands. Only a punk, gonna pull out and shoot, especially if you're not in danger. I understand if you're at risk at losing your life, but beef should not be handled with someone losing their life. But I just want to come on for a second, guys, and I am waiting. We waiting on this fight. They dragging it out. I'll tell you that. Aiden Ross, man, they're definitely getting their ratings up. It's been some good fights, though. I cannot deny that. And he's also, and I've heard it live from the horse's mouth, he's trying to get some big fights set up with some big heavyweights. Where's the comments that are showing me? Hopefully you guys can see the comments. I'm over on YouTube. I see them coming up in the live stream, but I'm over on YouTube. I don't see the comments coming up. So let me know if you guys see all the comments coming up. What's good, everybody? Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like. Share it. Ray J versus Super Hot Fire coming up. We waiting on that on the main event. But until then, there's been a host of prelim fights that's been pretty good so far, I should say. Very entertaining. So if you're not a boxing fan, tonight will be a great night for you to become a boxing fan. There's been some pretty good fights, some real fights. Whoa. Yeah, these guys in there fighting for real. These are real fighters out there. The Ray J fight is just is just an exhibition thing. Yep. So like I said, man, I'm just sitting here waiting on that Ray J super hot fire fight to start up. Okay, my man thought he was robbed. That was a good fight though. So, but like I said, there's been some good fights, man. You know, y'all stay tuned. That Ray J Super Hot Fire fight hopefully should be next. So what's good? Hopefully everybody's having a great, enjoying their weekend off. Most people got a 3-day weekend. You know, let me know what you guys are doing now. Who's pulling out the grill tomorrow? Who putting that meat on there? What y'all cooking up? I'm gonna do a little bit of chicken, and do a little bit of hamburger, and maybe some brats. Yep. So I've been waiting to pull the grill out. Okay, these boys want to fight again. He thought he was robbed. They ready to fight again. That's what I'm talking about. You know, and that's how you handle beef. You know, he didn't like the decision, but you know, you got to live with it. Next time, put him on his ass. Don't lead the judges up. Don't allow the judges to settle the fight. Put him on his ass. You know, but he was upset, but you know, it was a good fight. You know, like I said, he's been some good fights. Aiden Ross has been putting on some good fights, and I heard it from his mouth. They're trying to set up some heavyweight fights on these lists, exhibition fights that he's been setting up. You know, so here they go right there. You know, so they got a panel of I think they got your boy what's the MM fighter up there? They just had your boy AB up there and the other guy that he's streaming with. Yep. So that's what's up, y'all, man. We're just waiting on this fight to start up. I need for you guys to hit that subscribe button. I need for you guys to like, and I need for you guys to share so people can see this, so your boy can stay in the YouTube algorithm. You know, so give me your thoughts on tonight's matchup, man, between Ray J and Super Hot Fire. He's a your boy fanboy podcast said he's a rapper, a West Coast rapper. You know, that's and like I said, that's good to see. That's how you handle your beef. Don't handle it with someone losing their life. You know, everyone should be able to live to see another day. You know, it has to come to a point where, you know, and I don't understand this you know, this black on black violence that we go through. You know, it has to come to a point where, you know, all this has to stop. You know, because like I said, there's too many events set up where, you know, we can handle this in the ring, you know, or just squash it. Real men talk it out. You know, real men should want to go home to their families. You know, that's what events like this are for, you know, and hopefully Ray J and Super Hot Fire after this kind of promote that. You know, let's put these guns down. There's been too many of our young men dying over stupid shit, you know, and we were just talking, in case you guys who just came in, we were just talking about an incident that happened in Detroit where you had a young man who went on social media with his beef talking shit to another man about his dead mother, about his dead son, and this young man and his sister days later ended up dead. You know, and there was a baby in the back of the car with the young woman who lost her life, and she had nothing to do with it, and she lost her life. You know, but there needs to be uh, more things like this set up throughout the cities, and I'm quite sure there is. You know, handle your beef like men. You know, no one should lose their life over some bullshit. You know, because at the end of the day, it's all bullshit. You know, we all should be able to go home to our families. You know, we have to stop that. It's a bunch of bullshit that we have to end. That we are out here ending each other's lives. You know, and that's what it's about, man. You know, I love situations like this. Like I said, Spar Wars next week on the 30th. Get with Crispy Sale Cuts. He's hosting an event just for situations like this. Like this. If you got beef with somebody, do it in the ring. You know, so he putting on shows exactly like this. You know, so get with Crispy Sale Cuts. Next week we're gonna be live at Spar Wars. You know, they putting on shows every month. So if you got a beef, you in the city, and you want to put on the show, do it on Spar Wars. What better way to do that? We done with handling things with gunplay, you know, and that's how it should be. You know, at the end of the day, you can make some money. You gonna live to see another day, and then you're gonna get the beef over with. You know, whoever get their ass kicked. You know, and if you not, and that's it. That's what it should be about. You know, this is a great thing that Aiden Ross is doing. You know, like I said, I don't know if that's what they're promoting, but you know, at the end of the day, that's what Ray J and Super Hot Fire should do. They should promote, you know, look, we came up here, we fought it out. We didn't have no one lost their lives. We were able to come up here like men and fight. You know, that's what men do. Either we fight or we talk it out. You know, real men don't need to pull a gun out and shoot and kill and take someone else's life. You know, real men will, like I said, either talk it out or do what Ray J and Hot Fire is doing. They'll get in the ring and throw them motherfucking hands. You know, that my bad, y'all. Sorry about that. And that's what we need to start doing. We need to start promoting, you know, more things like that. And I'm doing that. You know, like I said, next week on the 30th, Spar Wars. Get with Crispy Sale Cuts. He's on Facebook. He's on Instagram. I believe tickets are still available. I believe all the it's probably only standing room only. You know, it was instant sellout far as with the VIP tickets, ringside tickets, and things like that. You know, this is how we're handling our beef. We putting on, you know, exhibitions at the same time we're entertaining you guys. You know, so I want to give a shout out to Crispy Sale Cuts, man. Get with him if all the tickets are not sold out thus far. Great security, so you don't have to worry about security. It's going to be at a great venue. VIP. You can bring VIP. You can bring your drinks. It's definitely 420 friendly. Yep. So, like I said, we're just sitting here waiting on this Ray J Hot Fire fight, man. What's good, everybody? I don't know if you guys can hear the commentary. Might turn it up a little bit. Hold on. Hopefully everybody's having a great night. I need something to drink. Hold on for a second, y'all. I gotta get my drink. Okay. Yeah, I had to get something to drink. Well, yeah, they say the fight is coming up soon, man. So who let me know what do you guys think about this? Who do you think is gonna win this fight? Do you think Ray J is gonna handle his business or Super Fire is gonna get in there and handle his business? I don't know. I'm not too familiar who Super Hot Fire is. You know, so you guys give me your thoughts, give me your opinion on this. Who do you think is gonna win this fight? Do you think Ray J is going to go there and handle his business? Or do you think Ray J is going to be bleeding by the eyes or maybe have a heart attack? Because remember, the last time I talked about Ray J, he was bleeding from the eyes and they were saying that he was having heart issues. But now he's in there getting ready to fight. You know, so but you know, at the end of the day, I know it's all you know, for show. You know, I know Ray J is doing everything he needs to do to keep himself relevant. You know, and it's smart. You know, so he's teamed up with Aiden Ross. You know, and I think this is a great thing that Aiden Ross is doing. You know, handle your beef in the ring. So hopefully they're setting up for the next fight for the main event. So, but that's what's going on, you guys. We're sitting here waiting for Ray J and Super Hot Fire to get in that ring and handle this and squash their beef. Yep. So I'm going to be showing the fight back and forth until the prelims back and forth until the main event starts up. Yep. But the comment section is open. I need for you guys to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Give me your thoughts on tonight's fight with Ray J versus Super Hot Fire. I'm not familiar who he is, but your boy Fanbo podcast said he's a West Coast rapper. Why is Ray J always beefing with these rappers? Hopefully everybody is enjoying their night, man. It's hopefully everybody is enjoying their Memorial Day weekend. I'm definitely am. I wasn't even gonna go live tonight. I was sitting here chilling, and this came through my feed. And shout out again to SBG TV. Came through my feed. I'm actually watching him now. That he's actually showing it, which is live. I believe this may be live on YouTube somewhere. I think, but fair use. This I'm using this for educational and entertainment purposes only. Okay, so you know what? I think Rage they're stalling us out. It's still early over there on the West Coast, so we got another fight that's getting ready to start up. Yep. So the main event is not getting ready to start up yet. So oh, you know what? This looks like this about to be a MM type MMA type fight. So looks like they got they threw a MMA fight in there. Okay, yep, that's what I thought. They threw an MMA fight in there, which was smart, man. Aiden Ross doing his thing. I can't wait until I'm able to, be able to stream and do all these different type of things like what Aiden Ross is doing. That's smart. He's very smart. They got Michael Jackson in the building. Let me turn so y'all can see what I'm talking about. He don't want Michael Jackson. I walked him out. Yeah, but I need for you guys to like, comment, subscribe, and share, man. We just sitting over here waiting on Ray J and Super Hot Fire, the main event to start up. I did not know this was going to be happening tonight. It came through my feed, so I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go live and talk about it and actually show the fight, meaning that it's on YouTube. So we got the next fight coming up, and I believe Ray J may be fighting next. Yep. So this is actually a MMA fighting style that's getting ready to come up. So everything has been boxing up until this. So this is interesting. Yep. So what's good, y'all, man? I need for as you guys come in, please hit that subscribe button. Your boy is closing down on 1,000 subscribers. I cannot do it without you guys hitting that subscribe button. Okay, so hopefully the main event is next. Like I said, it's 1:49, basically 2:00 here. And I believe on the West Coast, they're 3 hours behind us. So it's getting ready to be. Okay, so yeah, this is getting ready to be the next our next fight. Hopefully the main event is next. All right, let me go back down to the new comments. Sorry about that. I have not looked at the latest comments. And I don't know why y'all be making these stupid ass comments, bro. This is crazy. Hit that subscribe button, please. Okay, so here's the next fight. Got two fight boys out there fighting. But this is how you handle your, and these right here are not beef. These are just really exhibition. Those fights were real. Yep. So give me your thoughts, man. Like I said, we just sitting here waiting on the main event. Oh wow, he don't choke him out already. It's over with. He wasn't ready. That ended quick. So yeah, hopefully we getting ready to see this main event. He choked him out real quick. Prison man, what prison channel 33 KZ? Why you making them weird ass comments, man? I mean that's weird that you making these comments to another man. Check yourself. That's really weird. You know, I'm gonna go. I'm definitely gonna look you up, man. You know, that's weird for you to be saying that to another man. You know, but I need for you guys to like, comment, subscribe, and share, man. Hit that subscribe button. Your boy is almost there. It's a goal we set out when we first started a few years ago, and we almost there. I can't do it without you guys hitting that button. You know, but we just sitting here waiting on that Ray J super hot fire fight to come up. And I keep saying it's coming up soon, but I'm ready for it to go down. But no, man, it's been a pretty entertaining prelims that's been on this fight card tonight. I cannot complain. Aiden Ross done his thing thus far. It's been a good fight. I hope that Ray J Super Hot Fire be just as entertaining as the majority of fights we saw here tonight. Oh wow. He said, "You just called me a nigga. Now you want a hug." Yeah, that's what's up. Okay. Yeah, that was. Hey, look, he choked him out so quick. Good fight. But I'm ready for the main event to start, you guys. I need for you guys to hit that subscribe button for your boy. Your boy is almost there. We almost at 1,000 subscribers. I cannot do it without you. And I got something for my 1,000 subscriber too. I'm not going to tell you guys what it is. I think I already said it earlier. Some streams ago. But I will have something for my 1,000 subscriber. So it could be you. Hit the button. So hopefully you guys are having a great entertaining night tonight, man. Hopefully you guys are enjoying your weekend. Saturday night. I don't think none of the games were on tonight. I looked it up, unless they were on earlier. They may have them all set up for tomorrow, and then Memorial Day. No, but I don't think there was no games on tonight. Tomorrow I'm pulling out the grill, man. Get my cooking done, and just sit back and relax Monday and just chill. Yeah, how about you guys? Y'all pulling the grill out tomorrow, or y'all have already pulled your grill out, or you waiting for the holiday to pull it out? So hopefully this rain. Alabama said it was raining down there. It was raining here today too. Hopefully this rain let up. My bad, you guys. Hopefully this rain let up, and I'm able to barbecue on a cool, smooth, unrainy day. Yeah, what's good, everybody? What up, though? I want to say what up, though, to everybody out there on YouTube, everybody out there on Facebook, Instagram that's watching the show. We are live. Waiting on Ray J to come on out, man. I don't know what the deal, what the holdup is. But it's been a pretty entertaining night. I cannot deny that. I cannot lie about that. So that's why I don't know who this is, but I'm gonna turn it on that. Okay, that looked like your boy 6ix9ine, I think. Yeah, that's who that is. 6ix9ine. He's just coming out. Okay, yeah, that's 6ix9ine performance. So hopefully this is Ray J getting ready to come out, or this probably just a performance by 6ix9ine. No, so he's putting on and this is the same thing that your boy Crispy Cell Cuts is doing. I believe he got your boy and I'm gonna look it up in a second. He got your boy performing there Saturday. I think DMZ or DMG is gonna be performing live. And one of his songs I literally actually bumped. Fanboy podcast 3638 said matchup Ray J versus Super Hot Fire MMA rules. Oh, okay, that's what it's gonna be. Okay, so it's not going to be a fight, it's going to be an MMA. So they're gonna be able to do whatever. Okay. Choke them out, grab them out. I did not know that. Thank you, Fanboy Podcast 3638. So you are not watching the fight, Fanboy? Fanboy Podcast? Or you are going to watch the fight. If so, man, if you want to come on up here, man, I would love for you to come on up here and do the show. Well, look at your boy 6ix9ine. Is 6ix9ine still relevant, y'all? Yeah, is he still relevant, y'all? I don't know. But I guess he must be. Aiden Ross brought him in there. So give me your thoughts, man. Who you think gonna win tonight? Nope, he ain't. Okay, that's what I thought because I don't really hear too much from it. Give me your thoughts on tonight's fight. Who do you think gonna win? Fambo podcast 3638. I'm gonna just say 3638, man, or just say Fambo. Fambo, give me your thoughts on tonight's fight. Who you think gonna win? Ray J or Super Hot Fire? I'm a well, like I said, I'll wait to see. I'm not gonna give my opinion on who I think is gonna win the fight because I don't know who Super Hot Fire is. I know he's a West Coast rapper, but I have not seen him yet. So I'll wait for him to come out and give my opinion. Fanbo Podcast 3638 said I'm going with Super Hot Fire. Okay. So is he bigger than Ray J? Yeah, see, and that's what I was just asking. I'm like, is he still relevant? A Fanboy Podcast 3638 said he's not. But hey, he's still out there making his money. He definitely getting paid for this. SGB TV said he don't get no play around there. A lot of people saying that, man. You know what? I'm gonna say the same thing. I need for y'all to hit that subscribe button. Help your boy out. We are closing down on 1,000 subscribers, and I need for you guys to hit that button. And not do it without you. We are live on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Yeah, I really never was too. I'm not gonna say I was never really too fond of 6ix9ine. I just really never listened to his music. He's a little bit younger than me, so I didn't get off into his music. Okay, Fanboy Podcast 3638 says Super Hot Fire is from Toronto, Canada, but he moved to California. Okay, so what is the beef about? If you know, give me your thoughts on it. And thank you, man, for the and that's why I wanted to bring you up here, man, because you a little bit more informed. Like I said, I just came in. Normally I would do my little research on this situation on this on the fight, but I did not because I just went live when I saw it. But I want to thank you again, man, for giving me your expertise on who Super Hot Fire is. So he's from Toronto, Canada, but moved to California. All right, Ray J, man, you better do your thing. So okay, man. So now I'm gonna say I'm going with Ray J, meaning that he's from the U.S. and old boy's from Canada. But now he lives in California, but he's from Canada originally. So yeah, we're gonna see if Ray J can do his thing. So they still got your boy 6ix9ine out there doing his thing, performing. Yep. So hopefully everybody is being entertained by this. Hopefully it's on YouTube if you guys want to watch it over there too. I don't want to get I don't know, and I shouldn't be, it shouldn't be a copyright infringement, meaning this is on YouTube, I believe, that he's showing it on YouTube. But I already took a strike. I cannot afford to take another strike. Because I accidentally showed some NFL stuff which I thought I was able to show, but I definitely want to get another strike. So, but fair use too. We're using this for entertainment and educational purposes only. And I want to give a shout out to SBG TV. And I also want to give another shout out to Real Talk with Big Dave. Make sure y'all go over there on the YouTube and subscribe to his channel, man. He's putting out great content over there. He has good conversation. Great dude, man. Again, that's Real Talk with Big Dave. What's good, everybody? Hopefully, everybody's having a great night, man. Enjoying your Memorial Day holiday weekend. Been sipping, but not was sipping earlier, so we're just still sitting here waiting on this fight to start up. It looked like Ray J may be the next fight. So just sitting here waiting on that, you guys. So give me your thoughts, man, on tonight's fight. Who do you guys think is going to win, Ray J or Super Hot Fire? Fanboy said he think Super Hot Fire is going to win a fight. I'm gonna go with Ray J, man. I think Ray J gonna pull it out. Hopefully this is the main event. Look like they're getting ready to bring some more fighters out. Okay, this look like this ain't the main event. This look like she might be a midget or something. Let me turn that back on. So we got some female fighters that look like getting ready to come out. Let me skip this. Okay, so it looked like we got some little people, I think, getting ready to fight. Some MM fighters, fighting style, I should say. Excuse me. Well, you know what? He might not be a little person. Look, he may be just either a dwarf or just short. That's what I said. He said the same thing I said. That's what I look. He asked the same thing. I just asked that little people, but I don't know. He little. You tell me, is that a little person? This should be a pretty interesting fight. So, like I said, man, it's been a really interesting some prelims, man. They put on a good show. It's been very entertaining, I will say. For it not to be no sports on tonight, this has been a pretty entertaining night. They've had some real fights. And the last fight was entertaining. They choked. My man got choked out in like 30 seconds. So these are little people, I think. So yeah, give me your thoughts on tonight's matchups, man. If you guys been watching the fight since the beginning, we've been live for about an hour and 10 minutes. I didn't think it was gonna be this long. Okay, this is Jeremy Smith versus Reimer Warmack. What's good? What's good? Hopefully everybody's hitting that subscribe button as y'all come in. Hit that button. Hit that button. We closing down on 1,000 subscribers. We just waiting on that. We waiting on that Ray J super hot fire fight to come up. That boy got 36,000 subscribers tonight. We need for y'all to hit that subscribe button. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I'm gonna try to turn this up a little bit so you guys probably can hear it. Okay, so we got the little people getting ready to do MMA fighting. I need my Carmex. My lips don't got dry. Yeah, this is gonna be an interesting fight, y'all. You got two little people, little guys getting ready to fight. Give me your thoughts on this. All right, so look, we got the two little people fighting, man. Should be pretty interesting. Who you going with? I'm gonna go with the guy in the white trunks. He a little aggressive. Oh, but my man Wellington, okay, he trying to go for the slam. Oh, God ain't slammed him. Now he on top of him. Oh, he about to choke him out. Oh, to the body. My man in the white is strong. He tough. Excuse me. Hey, this is a good fight, man. Like I said, it's been a pretty entertaining prelim fights, man. These some little guys in there going at it. Three rounds. But yeah, man, for the most part, it's some pretty entertaining prelim fights. We just waiting on the main event to start up, you guys. Good fight. These little guys in there scrapping. Oh, he trying to choke him out. He trying to choke him out. Dude in the way is very aggressive, but anyone can with these MMM. Oh yeah, it's busting him up good. They're definitely in there getting active. So hopefully this Ray J and your boy, and thanks to your boy Fanboy Podcast, he said it's going to be a MMA fighting style between Ray J and Super Hot Fire. So we're gonna be able to see some. It's gonna be pretty much like a street fight type fight ordeal, I should say. So hopefully Ray J is ready, or we're gonna get embarrassed out there. We got a damn hand in his mouth. Hey, these little motherfuckers scrapping. Man, it's 2 o'clock on my time. This fight got to be coming up soon, but it's definitely been some entertaining fights, man. Hopefully you guys are watching. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully I'm entertaining you guys and giving you guys some good entertainment tonight. But it's been some, like I said, some great entertaining fights tonight, and this is how things should be, man. Ray J and Super Hot Boy had some beef. They're handling it like men, versus, handling with somebody losing their life. So this should be an example for young men out there. You don't have to handle your beef with somebody losing their life. And that's what I'm getting from out of this situation. From me, that's what I'm taking from this. And that's what I'm trying to put out, a positive message from that. You don't have to end things in gunplay, end it like men. You can talk it out or get in the ring and fight it out. We're not saying that you can't put hands on each other, but do it to the point where once you get your ass kicked, it's over with, or get back in the ring and fight again. But everyone should be able to walk away with their life. And that's what it's all about. Ooh, he busted him up. Let me turn back to this. He busting him up, y'all. They about to end it. Oh, my man coming back though in the green. See, old boy in the white want that ground and pound fight. He can't do nothing standing up. Little man he want that ground and pound. He don't want to stand up and throw them hands. But I need for you guys to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Your boy is closing down on 1,000 subscribers. I cannot do it without you guys hitting that subscribe button. We almost there. Oh, he getting him all in the red. Yeah, but it's been a pretty entertaining night, man. It's been some really good fights. I cannot deny that. It's been better than some of the fight cards that we've watched or saw live, and that's real talk. So Aiden Ross, man, what he's doing over there, he's put together uh, some real good shit. Real talk. Crispy Sale Cuts is doing the same thing, man. Y'all definitely need to get with him. Spark Wars is coming up on the 30th. I should have called him and got him on the matter of fact, I'm gonna send him an invite, see if he come in. That's what I'm getting ready to do. Hopefully, Cuz is watching. I'm gonna send him. I don't even know if I got his email. I'm gonna try to do it through Messenger. Hopefully, Cuz is watching and he see this, and I'm gonna send him a message. Crispy Sale Cups. Okay, I sent him a message. So hopefully he get it and he come on in. You know, I'm sending another. I'm gonna invite. I'm gonna invite Big E and see if he want to come in. Okay, wow. Old boy in the green is grounding in the pound. He don't get back on top. So this has been a good fight. Okay, the ring girl. Okay, so I sent out a few invites. We're gonna see who want to come in. Okay, old boy in the green coming back. He looked like he choking him out. They grounding and pounding each other. It's been a very entertaining fight. Yeah, he definitely was pounding him. All right. The Ray J fight should be coming up next, you guys. Oh, he about to choke him out. He about to choke my man out in the white. I said I was going for the my bad. I said I was going for the guy in the white. He looked like he might be getting ready to choke him out. Okay, so he ain't choking him yet. So yeah, I'm gonna go back and forth until the fight start up, man, because I don't want to. Oh, he on top of him. He about to pound him out. Oh, he got the iron bar. Oh, he about to snap his shit. He better tap out. Oh, he got him in the arm bar. Let me let you guys see this. He got him in the arm bar. He about to snap his damn arm. Oh, he ain't gonna be able to get out of that. Oh, he got out. Oh, hell no. He let him out now. He pounding him. That's crazy. I didn't think he was gonna get out. See, and I was going for dude in the white. He getting pounded now. You know what? He shouldn't have, ain't no way he should have let him get out of that arm bar. He should have broke his goddamn shoulder. Oh, he don't get back on top. This been a good fight, y'all. You know what? This almost been more entertaining than the rest of the prelims we've been watching. There's been some pretty good fights. Now he pounding him back out. And so it's been good, man. I cannot complain about the entertainment with all the fights tonight. Them boys tired. They in there fighting for real. Let me go back. Let me go back, man. This is a good fight. Them boys banging. Who would you go for? This has been a great fight. I thought, oh boy, I was going for a boy in the white, but oh boy in the green, man, he put in some work too. Trying to see who was so. I'm looking to see what corner these guys. They both exhausted. Yeah, they both exhausted. That was a good fight. Both of them boys exhausted. Yeah, I should have saw how they got up. That was a good fight. Yeah, what's up, man? I need for y'all to hit that subscribe button. Your boy is coming, closing down on the 1,000 subscribers. And I could have not done it without you guys hitting that button. So continue, please, to hit that subscribe button. This was a good fight. These little guys being there. Hey, look, they put up They put on a better show than most of the fights that we saw tonight. They were scrapping. This was a good MMA fight, and they say Ray J fight is going to be like this. It's not going to be a boxing match. It's going to be a MM fighting style match with Ray J and Super Hot Fire. So that's going to be very interesting. You know, I would love to hear you guys' thoughts, your opinion on that. Who do you think is going to win this fight, Ray J or Super Hot Fire? Yep. So, but yeah, man, these little guys, they was in there scrapping. I thought he was about to break my man's arm, but he ended up getting out of that move. I don't know how he got out of that move, but he got out. He let him out. But here we go. They're getting ready to go to the decision. Who you think won that fight? That was a good fight. I'm still going with my man in the white. Yeah, he won. My man in the white won. Yeah, he won it. So that's who I was going with. I said he was gonna win it. He won it. So what's up, man? I need for you guys to continue to hit that subscribe button. Your boy is closing down on 1,000K. That's been a goal that I set on, and I'm almost there. You know, and I cannot do it without you guys hitting that button. So I want to thank you guys. I want to thank everybody who's been hitting that button, who's been liking, who's been sharing. So the fight should be coming up soon. All right. That little motherfucker is strong. But yeah, man, it's been a pretty entertaining night tonight, and that's what it's about, man. It's about entertaining and just having good fun, and that's what they're doing. You know, and we need to have all our beefs need to be handled like what Ray J and Super Hot Fire is getting ready to do. What's up? What's up, y'all? What's good out there? You got your boy 6ix9ine up there, up on stage talking. So yeah, man, we're just waiting on this Ray J Super Hot Fire to come on out. We've been live for an hour and a half now. Sent out a few invites, waiting on a few people who want to come on in and join us. You're more than welcome. So Ray J and them are not next. God damn. How many goddamn fights they got on this damn card? I'm getting restless now. That do look like Jeffrey Epstein. I mean, yeah, let me show y'all. Yeah, that's the Jeffrey Epstein looking like. People say he is Jeffrey Epstein, but He do look like Jeffrey Epstein, real talk. I see why a lot of people say he could be Jeffrey Epstein because he looks exactly almost like him. Yep. So yeah, man, we the main event is not next. We have one more fight, I believe. They've been stalling us out. He's getting all the views he can get. I tell you that. He trying to make sure he get his streaming views up. Yeah, but we here. We gonna walk it through. Hopefully my other camera, my fourth camera that I got on the TV will stay up. I got it charging, but I'm gonna have to go turn it up some more. It's been over an hour. I have to go look. But it's up and it's going. So we got one more fight, I believe, before the main event. Okay, we got some big boy MMA. This should be a good fight too. Some big boys. He from the U.S. What's good? What's good, everybody? Hopefully, everybody is enjoying their night. Hopefully, everybody is enjoying the fight. Yeah, these the big fellas getting ready to come in here. Yeah. We just sitting there waiting on the Ray J fight to start up, you guys. He ready, big man ready to make something happen. There's definitely about to be some furniture moving up in there. Who he fighting? Right. So he all head, no shoulders, literally. That was a good. That nigga is all head, no shoulders. Look. If you think I'm lying, look, all head, no shoulders. You gonna have to hear him dead on the chin. He may be able to absorb some punches with not having a neck. You ain't able to twist this shit. But he has some head movement. That may slow him down, man. It's pretty much if you don't, he's probably not gonna have no head movement. You're gonna be able to hit shots on him all day long. Unless he fast. I can't see him with no neck, not being able to move. So he gonna be like this, versus being able to move that neck. He about to be stiff. So we about to see, man. Give me your thoughts on this fight, man. Who you guys got? No neck, head and no shoulders. Or the other guy, the ring girl. Okay. Yeah, that nigga that dance. Okay. And they do this thing. Do your thing, man. SBGB TV. I want to give a shout out to SBGB TV. That nigga, he all head, no shoulders, no neck, I should say. That's crazy. I never saw that. But it's about to be an interesting fight, man. I'm gonna I'm gonna go with the brother. Oh, he up in there. Oh, he trying to take him down. Oh, he on it. He spent it. Oh, he can't choke him out. Yeah, man. Entertainment fight. Entertaining fight. Oh, got him in the armbar. Is he gonna get out? He almost got it. Is he out? Is he tapping out? He got his arm in some type of move. Look like he trying to okay, he's out of that armbar. He got that arm pin. Okay, the ref making him get up. All right, man. Look at my man. All head, no neck, head and shoulders. He doing his thing though. His game is standing up though. My man is all head, no, literally no neck, no neck, and they're doing his thing. Need for y'all guys to hit that subscribe button. Your boy's closing out on 1,000 subscribers, man. We waiting on this Ray J super hot fire fight. You got your boy No Neck in there doing his thing. What's good? What's good? Them boys tired. They both tired. Yeah, they exhausted. Ooh. Okay, so they better build both of them. They both exhausted. Yeah, they both exhausted, man. But look, I need you guys to hit that subscribe button. Your boy is closing down on 1,000 subscribers. I'm gonna keep saying it until we get there. Once I get there, I do have something for my 1,000 subscribers. So let it be you. Yep. So hopefully everybody's having a great night, man. Hopefully y'all is being entertained. We still waiting on Ray J to come out. It's been a slew of fights, man. Boxing matches and MMA style fights. This is a good fight right here, too, man. A very interesting fight. You got No Neck, and they're doing this thing, man. This is a good fight. And these been some real fights. Not no stage shit. Some real fights. So Aiden Ross doing his thing. That comment section is open. Leave your comments, man. Give me your thoughts on these fights tonight, man. Give me your thoughts on No Neck. Would you get in there and fight him? Most people thought he probably would be you can run through him with no neck for him not to be able to move it. He up in there, look at him. No neck, literally. You can't even choke him out. Yeah, that's crazy. Oh, he throwing them hands though, and them knees. And he got skills for a big fella though. Real talk. They both tired though. He got skills for a big fella. He throwing them knees and them hands. Oh yeah, he getting ready to drop the other big fella. Yeah, he gonna be swole. He ready. Yeah, he ready to quit. No neck getting ready to stop him. He ready. Yeah, the ref stopped it. Yeah, the ref stopped it. He was ready to quit. He gave up. And I picked no neck. I said no neck was gonna win it. He won it. He tough. He's definitely tough. He tired. My man is exhausted. Look at him. Exhausted. He look like he and that motherfucker about to die. Yeah, he done. He glad the ref stopped it. So yeah, man, it's been a pretty entertaining night. It's been some really great fights, some good MMA fights, some great boxing matches leading up to tonight's main event versus Ray J and Super Hot Fire. And while we waiting, man, everybody on Facebook, please come over to YouTube. Help your boy out. Come to the channel over on my channel, the What Up Doe Show. Hit that subscribe button, and then you can go back to Facebook and continue to watch them. I need for everybody that's been watching me on Facebook to come over to YouTube and hit that button. We will be at our goal if everybody on Facebook did that. I promise you. He's still dancing. And the winner, No Neck, and that's his name, No Neck. That was a good fight, man. Really good fight. I guess. Give my hands up to both fighters. They was exhausted. No Neck pulled it out. Yep, that was a good fight, man. Real good fight. No Neck did his thing. That nigga is gassed. Oh, what's up with my life? That nigga said no neck. No neck is the truth though, man. Hey, look, he's a real athlete. If you think you can come out there and get with no neck, what up though? At Killer Killer our whatever ourself, Free Diddy. I say Free Diddy too, man. You need to be out here. But a lot of that shit should have not been brought up, man. I don't agree with a lot of stuff that he did, but I think a lot of that stuff, time has passed on, the things that he should have been prosecuted on. I don't agree with if he was messing with young girls and all that, but you know, so yeah, man, we're just sitting here watching the fight, waiting on this Ray J fight to start up. Hopefully everybody's having a great Memorial Day weekend. Hit that subscribe button. At Killy ourselves. Hey, look, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Hopefully I'm pronouncing it right. Don't have my glasses on. So what's good, y'all? What's good? Just waiting on this main event to start up. Hopefully everybody's having a great night. Yeah, I tell you what, Aiden Ross definitely getting. We got Chris Brown in the building. Hey, he been there for some hours, man. We waiting on this goddamn fight to start up. Start the fight up, Aiden Ross. Let's go. In a few hours. So we need this fight to go on ahead and start up, you guys. We're having a good night. Great fights, great prelims. Chris Brown in the building. Chris Breeze, he got a tour coming up. Everybody gonna be calling off for work once he hit the city. Watch, it's on a Friday, Saturday. There's gonna be so many call offs when Usher and Chris Brown hit the city. Okay, Chris Brown said he there for Ray. He rooting for Ray J. Okay. They had your boy Chris Breezy in the building. For sure, for sure. So we're just waiting on the main event to start up, man. We've been live, going on 2 hours now. God damn, Aiden Ross, man. He's definitely put on a hell of a fight card. Um, I see why he's number one. He's definitely he's definitely been entertaining. These shows has been entertaining, I should say. Some really good fights. Not no stage setup shit. Oh my gosh. And it looked like it's another goddamn fight. Okay. This is it. This is the main event. There we go. This is the main event. Finally, the main event. The main event. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Who y'all going with? Super Hot Fire or your boy Ray J? You got the little white girl out there twerking. It's the fight we've been waiting for. Here we go, man. We've been live for 2 hours. I need for you guys to hit that subscribe button. Your boy been going for 2 hours waiting on the main event, and we are here. Your boy Super Hot Fire is coming out now. Who you going with? Give me your thoughts. Give me your opinion. Who you think gonna win this fight? Super Hot Fire or Ray J? I said I'm going with Ray J, man. I'm gonna go with Ray J tonight. Yep, Super Hot Fire and Ray J. This the moment we've been waiting on. We've been live, going on 2 hours, and I need for you guys to hit that subscribe button. We bearing down on the 1,000 subscribers, and I cannot do it without you guys hitting that button. So please hit that subscribe button, hit that share button, so other people can come on in and check us out. But yeah, we've been waiting on this fight all night long. There's been some great fights all night long. We are finally here. So, getting ready to show the main event. We've been showing pretty much some of the fights off and on all night. But I need for you guys to hit that subscribe button. It's been a pretty entertaining fight card tonight. But the main event is finally here. We got Ray J getting ready to come out. Here we come. Here we go. He ready. He walking on out. He ready. We're gonna see what Ray J gonna do. He look like he might be in shape, man. We're gonna see when he pull all that off. Because look, what's so crazy, man? Last time we talked, we did a show about Ray J, man. He was bleeding at the eyes, talking about he had heart problems, So there had to be a publicity stunt. Okay, yeah, he has lost a lot of weight, man. That stomach is gone. He don't lost some weight. He don't get in shape. Yeah, but give me your opinion, y'all. Who y'all think gonna win this fight? We've been waiting on this all night. Your boy Ray J against Super Hot Fire. Who you think gonna win? Give me your opinion. I would love to hear your thoughts. I would love to hear your opinion. Ray J has slimmed down. He done lost some weight, man. But like I said last time, we just recently did a show on Ray J where he was I forget what event he was at. He was at one of his events and he was bleeding supposedly by the eyes. And supposedly had heart problems and was talking about that being here long, at the end of the day, man, Ray J will do anything to stay in the limelight, you know, um, to keep his name relevant. And pretty much that's what it was. But he's definitely lost some weight. He looks like he's in a lot, better shape than he was some months ago. But give me your thoughts, man. Who y'all think gonna win this fight tonight? Your boy Ray J. What he gonna do? Hit that subscribe button, please. Hit that subscribe button, y'all. Don't forget to share it. The comment section is open. Y'all definitely gonna leave your comments. Who you going with? Who you picking? Who you going with? Who y'all got? Who y'all picking to win this fight, man? Like I said, I did not know this match was going on. I was just sitting here chilling, and this came through my feed, and I was like, you know what? We're gonna talk about it, and it's on YouTube. So you guys, you guys should be able to watch it YouTube. But we're gonna show the fight. We're gonna give our commentary on it. Ray J looked like he ready to fight, man. We've heard things about Ray J. They say Ray J got hands, man, and it's MMA style fighting. So we getting ready to see. And this is what it's about, man. These guys have beef. They getting ready to take it out in the ring versus somebody losing their life. And this is what it should be about. This is what I'm getting out of it. It should be about, handling it like men in the ring, talking it out or throwing them hands at the end of the day. And that's what they're getting ready to do is throw them hands. So here we go, man. Ray J against your boy Super Hot Fire. I did not know who Super Hot Fire, but he's a West Coast rapper. Okay, Ray J coming out, rushing him. Ray J up in him. Okay, Ray J. Super Hot Fire. Come on, man. He out there running. He out there running. Super Hot Fire ain't about that smoke, man. He out there running. But I tell you what, Ray J better be ready. Can't see fire back. Ray J throwing leg moves and everything. Yeah, this is crazy. Super Hot Fire. And you know what? If he was talking a lot of shit, he ought to be ashamed of himself. He coming out there, he done bitched up. Choke him out then. Fuck it. I said Ray J was gonna win anyway. Super Hot Fire ain't about that life. Let him go. Fuck it. Don't choke him all the way out. Beat his ass. That's what Ray J should do. Just beat his ass for a few rounds. Yeah, he shouldn't get paid if he don't throw no goddamn punch. I wouldn't pay him. I mean, he got good head movement. He need to throw a punch though. So. Oh, okay. That's what they do when they say he trying to act like Willie Pett. I mean, he got good head movement. I will give him that. But he needs to throw a punch. HBTV said he must have paid him more. See, Ray J don't get tired now, man. Give me your thoughts. Give me your opinion thus far on this fight. Look like Ray J don't get tired. Hit that subscribe button, man. Hit that share and give me your comments. Give me your thoughts on tonight's fight, man. We've been waiting all night. Ray J trying to bring it, but your boy, he ain't throwing the punch. He got good head movement though. I will give you that. So he's baiting Ray J. What it looks like. So Ray J better watch out when he does start throwing punches because he got good head movement. Okay, so we got 10 seconds left in the first round. See what Ray J gonna have to do. Oh boy, got good head movement. He's moving, so he's not. It's not like Ray J is landing punches. He was he was more of the aggressive out of that first round. But you know, in the end, I did see a little skills coming out of Super High Boy. He does have some head movement, moving back and forth. Therefore, Ray J was not landing any flush shots or any hard shots. Therefore. In the early Ray J could have choked him out. He got out of that move, but hit him with a few leg moves. But for the most part, man, I will get that first round of Ray J. He was the most aggressive. He landed the most shots, because old boy did not throw one punch. But yeah, please hit that subscribe button, you guys. Help your boy out. We closing in on 1,000 subscribers. This is Ray J, Super Hot Fight. We've been waiting on this fight all night, and we are here. Here we go, round 2. Okay, we're gonna see if old boy throw a punch. Okay, oh shit, he threw a punch. Okay, yeah. Oh, okay. He looked like he can throw them hands too. Now we gotta fight. When we gotta fight, maybe. Ooh, ooh. Hell nah. That looked like that. Was that real? Do y'all think that was real? I know Ray J ain't going like that. He caught Ray J with a motherfucking right hook. Stopped him. Give me your thoughts on that, man. What do you think, man? Ray J came out there. He definitely slumped him, CC Motion. Let me see, was this real? Okay, yeah, he hit him. Ah, come on, man. Yeah, he had him out. I wanna see that. Let me see. I mean, I ain't gonna say it wasn't real, man. But come on, Ray J. You let a nigga from Canada do you like that, man. Come on, man. It don't look real to me neither. It didn't. Cause he hit him in the nose. Not in the chin. Yeah, man. So look, give me your thoughts on that, man. CC Motion said if that punch could talk, it would say you know where you at. Right. Yeah, man. It was an entertaining show. This fight, looked like it may have been staged, but it's all entertainment at the end of the day, man. It was a good night, man. Hopefully, CC Motion, man, you pulling the grill out tomorrow? Who's pulling the grill out, man? I'm gonna get up tomorrow morning, man, pull my grill out, cook everything I need to cook up so I can be done, just relax and chill on Monday. But I want to thank everybody, man, who made a comment, who came in, who gave their opinion, who gave their thoughts, man. It was a great, entertaining night tonight. In my opinion, I think it looks staged. They don't knocked over the damn stand, but to me, it looks staged. But at the same time, man, he did hit him with a shot, but he definitely got knots on this shit for sure. He definitely knotted up, but yeah, man, yeah, for sure. Catch you tomorrow, CC Motion. Yeah, he knotted him up, man. In my opinion, I'm gonna say that was staged. Because once he hit him with the shot, he still could have came back and hit Ray J with a few more shots to put him on his ass, and he didn't. because Ray J stood there for a second, waiting on something to happen and then fell. See, this is Ray J. I'm turning it back on that. And then I'm going in the end. We're going to hear what Ray J got to say. So, yeah, man. It's all entertainment. At the end of the day, um, it was a good entertainment night, a great entertaining night. I like what Aiden Ross doing, man. These two guys had beef. They got in the ring. They fought it out. And that's what it's about. That's what we talked about earlier. That's what I'm getting out of the situation. Both of these guys had beef. They squashed it out in the ring versus someone losing their life. Because there was a situation in Detroit where a guy went live on social media. Trolling this guy, looking, riding around all in this guy neighborhood, supposedly looking for this motherfucker. 2 days later, this guy ended up losing his life and his sister. Being in the wrong spot, wrong place at the wrong time, man. So at the end of the day, CC Motion said no lie. Why he didn't cover his face more? Yeah, man. But at the end of the day, these guys supposedly had beef. They came on here, fought it out, versus someone losing their lives over some stupid shit over wordplay. And that's what happened in Detroit, man. You had a guy who went live on social media with a lot of wordplay, talking shit about a man's mother who had passed away, this man's child who had passed away, and 2 days later, this same man was talking all that shit, riding around looking for this guy, man. He ended up losing his life. And so did his sister, who was sitting outside in her car. And the woman had a young baby that was in the car with her, man, that luckily the baby did not die. Like I said, I want to give a shout out to Crispy Sale Cuts, man. He's having an event this weekend. It's called Spy Wars, where, events just like how we just saw right now tonight, if you want to fight it out, man, get in the ring, handle it that way. Only real men talk it out, handle it in the ring. We don't need for anyone to lose their lives. Yeah, for sure. 50 versus Rick Ross, that'll be a good one, man. Aiden Ross need to make that happen. Yeah, but look, I'm not gonna hold you guys up. Hopefully, you guys had a great night. Hopefully, you guys pull out the grill tomorrow, enjoy with your family. That's what it's about. Hopefully, most of us have a 3-day weekend. I'm gonna enjoy my time off, and just chill with the family. CC Motion said, I bet you'd be able to knock both of them out. Oh, for sure, easy. First round, easy. And I got them probably about 10 years easy. I would have put Ray J on his ass so quick when he came out there rushing out there and not really throwing no punches. And that's what old boy was doing. Like I said, old boy had some head moving, so I couldn't. I wanted to see what he would do once he started throwing punches, and we saw what he did. Ray J. Ray J bitched up for the most part. He wouldn't. Ray J wouldn't about that life at all. But yeah, man, I can get in there. You talking about I'm an ex-fighter, 1994 Golden Gloves champion. So your boy can get in there and mix it up. I ain't saying I can get in there now. But I definitely will be able to get in there and do something with Ray J. And super hot fly, super hot fire. But he had good head movement, man. So I saw that he had been trained and did have a little bit of knowledge of being in the ring. But look, man, it's been a great night. Like I said, hopefully everybody's enjoying their Memorial Day weekend. I'm going to pull out the grill tomorrow, man. And I may even go live. I may even show you guys what I'm cooking up, what I'm queuing. How how I smoke my meat and do all that. I'll show you guys what I got going on the grill. But other than that, man, enjoy your weekend. Drink responsibly. It's gonna be a lot of people out there on the road drinking. So be responsible. Don't be one of them guys out there drinking and driving. A lot of people lose their lives on holidays like that. And I always make that emphasis. When I do shows like that, especially around the holiday times, we want to see you guys after the holiday. So, drink responsibly, be at the crib. It's too many ride share programs out here for you guys to be drinking and driving if you have to drive. So just enjoy your time, man. Your family depends on you, and you need to be cool, man. You need to come back home. at the end of the day. So drink responsibly, do the right thing, man. It was a good night. I enjoyed the night, man. It was great entertainment. Like I said, I don't know if this was real or not, but J JT, I don't have on my glasses. Albert 5224. I think it's at JW Tolbert. Okay, there we go. I'm drinking and driving all day. Watch out, folks. Yeah, watch out for guys like that, man. You know, hopefully it's just a joke, man. But if you do drink, make sure you be responsible and don't drive. Just don't be out there on the roads, man. For those who's not drinking and driving, we got to be safe. Hopefully it was just a joke. Hopefully just being safe, just being humorous. But if you are, man, make sure that you get home safe to your family. We want to see you home sober. But at the end of the day, man, I want to thank everybody who made a comment, who came on the show, gave their thoughts on tonight's fight. It was a good fight, man, and that's what it's about. It's not about ending, someone losing their lives. These guys got up there, fought, they hashed out their differences. Hopefully they can go their separate ways or fight it out again. But look, we've been on here for 2 hours and 6 minutes, man. So I need for y'all guys to go and hit that subscribe button. Your boy is closing down on the 1,000 subscribers. Hopefully we'll have it by tonight. How you guys going to hit that subscribe button? So I want to make sure you hit that button, JW Tober. Hit that subscribe button, man. I appreciate your comment. Appreciate everybody in the building. At Trillius, Texas said, drummer got old as fuck. Yeah, man. I want to thank everybody who made a comment. Like I said, it was an entertainment night tonight. I don't know if Ray J faked that. He did get hit with a shot, but to me, that looked like it was more staged than anything. But at the end of the day, man, I want to thank everybody who came on the show. And like I said, continue to comment. The comment section is always going to be open. But most and foremost, I want to thank everybody who hit that subscribe button. If you have not hit it, hit it. Like I said, it's been a goal of mine that I set out to get, and I'm right there. I can't do it without you guys hitting that button. So again, I want to thank everybody. It's another one. It's your boy Dame D, and I am out. Peace.